good until he knows it's going.
Go, Matt!
Tied up 21. Just like that. I would say that's where they have Last couple minutes of the first quarter kind of started to pick up, and ultimately TCU comes away with the early game lead to start the second. As I said earlier, one of the things that jumps off the page to me with this matchup is just the depth of the program. I mean, you look at that A&M sideline, I think they have 57 on the roster, if I'm not mistaken. Compared to TCU, they've got 38. So A&M starting to get their horses to the field. Not sure how that works with travel, if they travel everybody or if some guys have conflicts and can't make it. But nonetheless, they've got 57 guys on the roster. Good crowd out here in Fort Worth this afternoon for the early season matchup. Aggies always travel well, and TCU's home fans come out, get out to the field to play. I don't feel like that's necessarily how he would like to come out and start games.
No, you know, I really think that if I'm Coach Scats, I'm just preaching, you know, just calm down, take the air out of this ball offensively. You know, they've scored in their possessions that they haven't turned the ball over within, you know, the first 10 seconds. So why not just settle in? You know, we've got really good guys on the offensive it's like, okay, so, you know, maybe you pull Buell, so you're going to leave a shorty on a combination of, you know, Cornetta, Walker, Dowell,
Come on!
Lock comes out. It's the deflection. He's push from TCU is going to keep it in ball. And stuff like that. Reach for some angle there.
that simple. I would rather do it Texas.
About 12.
I reached out
TCU up 5-4. Should be a good one to get a goal out of a timeout. They're in a timeout here, 7:09 left in the second quarter. TCU up 5-4. See if they can get another one here to take another 2-goal lead.
With my back.
Big save there by Marco Robertson. In and out running. Alley. Good job there by Mulva getting in and stopping in position. That may have been. Here's Buell out of the box. Just bouncing around, goes to attack this shorty. He's in. Tough handle inside. Had him wide open. Unable to connect there. Locklear picking it up for the restart. Buell over the top. Swings it. Locklear just clearing through here for Christopher Buell. Take that alley. Swim dodge comes back to the middle. Lefty shot at Lawton's feet. He's able to gobble that up. Now TCU out and clearing it. Apologies, folks. We've had some difficulties here early on, but we're settling in here. It's the first game of the season for us as well. Turnover there in the clear. A&M looking to restart. Ball goes on the ground. In and out of his stick. Both sidelines calling for possession there. Goes A&M. Another whistle to get them back to set to restart this. Frenetic here the last couple minutes. Most of this quarter, both teams kind of exchanging goals. Got Planetta, Locklear, and McDowell on the field right now at the midfield. That is a tough matchup for any defense. Locklear squares his man up. Carries the alley, little rocker step, redodge. Again, gets under, back to his left hand, and then sticks that low. That's Chandler Locklear right there. Good take to tie the game up at 5-5, 5 minutes left in the first quarter. A lot of fives on the board over there. Again, the Aggies looking to kind of push the pace of this. The couple goals that TCU got and early offense was also off a transition. The ground balls, they're going out. The paper's flying everywhere. Caden, our main guy, it's getting windy out here in Fort Worth. Be interesting to see as the game wears on if this wind plays a factor in the fourth quarter.
Oh.
A lot of action here on the near side.
Reed Cameron looking nice. I think that's just got on the field.
Reed Cameron, great job in the ride.
Austin legend.
Austin High product. 5-5, 4:37 left in the first quarter. Looks to get under, draws a slide. Kind of just bounces and shoots one low to low. Low to low, like the shot. It's tough from that deep. So an offside's coming here for TCU, so they have a free play. Bowden looks to go at it early. Great job defensively, get that lift and get the ball out. This will be our first man-up situation of the game.
Reed Cameron comes into the game and immediately makes two of the biggest grinder plays I think we've seen of the day. The kid is just putting all of his energy out here on the field, which is awesome. Love to see that. You know, you're a freshman trying to get minutes. It's kind of what you got to do.
Might as well take advantage. You got plenty of other guys on this roster that can score the ball, so do everything else. Settle in. A&M going man up. They're 1-3-2 here. Swing it. Just looking to get everyone a touch here first. Bowden operating from X. They clear Burkle through, exchange the crease. It's a nice little man up look right there. It's Burkle to Bowden.
Reverse that.
Reverse that. (6-5) Aggies take the lead. 3:50 left. This game's really heated up here in the second quarter. It was goals were tough to come by early, and these guys are settling in.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's only a matter of time until a Texas A&M lacrosse game turns into a track meet.
Yeah.
These guys rarely score, under it. I don't know the last time I saw a Texas A&M game stay in single digits.
Right. They score a ton of goals. Their goalie, Marco Robertson. I think you have a great stat on that, don't you?
Oh, the kid has seen. So, I mean, these are from, their first two games, so not including today, but actually I think this is just in his first 3 seasons. Marco Robertson has faced 500 shots.
500 shots.
In 3 years.
A&M plays in some shootouts. Speaking of shootouts, hard shot there. Just misses. James McDowell scoring the shorty up. to the middle, gets his hands tied up, somehow able to handle and get the ball off.
Oh my goodness. Augie Burkle behave.
Burkle finding the Lucy and just picks that thing up and is able to bury it right on top. Good heads-up play there by Burkle.
That's a hat trick for him.
Find that loose ball and then bury it. He's good. He scored a lot of goals in high school down there at Bowie and Austin, and has been absolutely phenomenal for the Aggies so far in his career. 7-5 there, timeout called.
Coach Purcell calling the timeout after the 3-goal run from A&M. Kyle, a question for you. How do you feel as a coach about the gave up a run timeout? Where does that stand for you?
As far as taking one
Yeah.
or not taking one?
Yeah.
I think it's, for me, it varies. I don't take a hard position on it. It kind of depends on, for me, how the goals were scored, right? Were they unlucky? Were they kind of goals like that where you make the initial stop, but there's a loose ball, they pick it up and are able to bury it? Or is it a function of lacking execution on your end? If you have, if my team has taken 3 possessions in a row that were very poor in my eyes, and I might call them in, call that timeout, and try to get them right about, you know, using the opportunity to teach, right? Did we fail it clear? Did we attack early offense when there really wasn't anything there? So for me, it kind of varies. And then sometimes I just like to use my timeouts. You got 2 of them in each half, so like to call them in, calm them down. We're fine. There's plenty of game left to play. And other times I feel like if, you know, the guys are competing hard, then there's no need to stop the game. It's just kind of a feel for me. But
Yeah, I mean, that's a solid answer. You know, just making a rational assessment about it and then deciding when or when not to take time out seems always like a good idea. I think Coach Purcell was probably leaning towards we're letting this thing get a little bit frenetic. Let's slow this thing down. You know, tranquilo.
Tranquilo. It's, yeah, that's a good timeout. That's probably one that I call. You know, A&M has seen the rock quite a bit on this last 3-goal run, so it's time to make the next play and, you know, try and get a stop or a tough ground ball or a clear and then ultimately a possession. It's all about the next possession, always. Competing hard, loose ball push on A&M going TCU way. Maul picks it up, carries down. He immediately draws the long stick. Probably a good move there by Coach Scazzero's defense. Get the long stick to Maul. He's proven a handful so far today. Probably not the guy you want attacking his short stick D middies if at all possible. Anderson down to Miller. Has a tough time handling. Comes up with it. Miller having a go at X now. Carries the righty pipe. Slide comes.
Let's go. These teams are not afraid to slide hard.
No.
To the body, to the chest.
There's a procedure call there.
I'm a huge fan of Drew Johnson's game. He's been playing a lot on the defensive end. Dude is a freaking tank on wheels out of Magnolia.
Yeah,
he has been crushing it.
Another one that I've really liked defensively is Aiden Whitworth for A&M. He's been doing a good job defensively too. There's Locklear out of the box, way out in space with the shorty, moves it to Buell, also a great option. Draws the slide, rolls back, pulls it lefty and just pushes it wide of the cage. And Coach Skaz maybe wanted to move that one more to the backside. Buell, nice little drop step shot lefty. Again, just pushed it wide of the cage. Here's Berkey Burkle backing his guy in. Skip pass over the top to Bowden.
Burkle to Bowden. Pays his buddy back for that man-up goal a second ago.
Get used to hearing that, folks. Those two are going to connect on roughly 1 million goals, I think, this season. in the LSA. Again, I'm not sure how the coaches' LSA preseason poll came out and who's on top of that, but in my eyes, I think you've got to put A&M up there. They're defending champions. They didn't lose a ton, and they added many offensive weapons. Plus, like I said earlier, look at that bench. That thing is full. They have
Not small.
a ton of guys over there.
Yeah, I think it really shows, you know, what kind of guys you can get to the field when you have success as a program.
Sure.
Cody Sakuda picking up the ground ball there.
Wearing number 41, Dirk, this year. Really like it.
Strong move. Love that Dirk, little aside here, love that Dirk was named to the All-Star game along with Dwayne Wade. You know, they're just like...
Had to do it.
Yeah, tall baller from the G. Got to get that guy.
Had to do it. Here's Clayton
signed up.
Nugent attacking the short stick up top. Gets to a tough spot, draws a double. Ball's on the ground. Again, both these teams just swarming GBs. He moves it quick off the ball. They get it to the backside very quickly. Nicely done there. Good job recovering in a hectic situation by TCU. I mean,
really
A&M, they moved the ball off the ground very quickly there to the backside and had McDowell on a long stick.
And again,
that's good lacrosse. That's really good lacrosse.
starts with Hepting getting his man, dodging up that lefty top side from X. Gets a really nice COD, slings it through X, and it's immediately rerouted from Burkle to Bodden. I mean, that's a really nuanced piece that you see lost a lot in the high school game, is the ability to swing the ball quickly, for lack of a better word, through X. You know, you really got to be concise with the amount of time the ball's in your stick if you want to get that step down, and they're really executing.
Yeah, that is an excellent three-man look from this attack unit of Bowden, Burkle, and Hepting. These guys' sticks are pure in skill, and that's what it's supposed to look like. Big run here for TCU. Now it's a 4-goal run. 5, I think. Up 9-5 with 23 seconds left. Last possession coming here of the first half.
Huge face-off win by Creedon, but ends up having a turnover. Coach Skaz going to use that last timeout. Like we said, you know, no rollover on those.
No, they don't roll over. You can't take them with you, so might as well use them. 13 seconds left. They're going to be clearing it from their defensive half just over the midfield line. This is one, if you're either team, you really don't want to give up a cheap one, right? If you're TCU, 13 seconds left, you're down 4. You can't allow A&M to get one here off of some broken situation and go down 5. If you're A&M, you're obviously don't want to get a turnover and give up anything in transition, because, again, now you're allowing TCU to get some momentum back in their favor heading into this half. And all the momentum here in the latter stages of the second quarter has gone A&M's way. I think if I'm TCU here, I'm going to play this pretty conservatively from a riding standpoint. Probably get my attackmen above the ball and make sure that my defensive guys are just ready to be in and get a stop here. See how they play it. Put it in Christopher Buell's stick to one-man clear this. He's bearing down 7, 6, 5, 4. Buell with the S dodge again in transition. Lawton comes up big on that save, and that's going to end the first half of play here in Fort Worth. Texas A&M up 9-5 over the hosting TCU Horned Frogs. I'm Kyle Saunders alongside my main man, Patrick Franklin, and Reggie over here handling all the details. We're going to let this mic breathe. We'll be back here in about 8 minutes. Stay tuned. We're back. Stickstar Productions, first game of the season. We're out here in Fort Worth. Kind of dreary day, but nice outside from a temperature standpoint. A little windy at times. It's gusting. First half of action is complete. We're about to start the second half. A&M with a 9-5 lead going into the half and to start the third quarter. Went on a terror offensively there in the second quarter. They scored 5 goals in that second quarter, I believe, to TCU's 1. And trying to get the clock set, the players back on the field. Looks like the officials are ready to rock. And hold on tight, folks, as we start this second half here in Fort Worth. Horned Frogs in white, Aggies in maroon. Aggies with a new helmet look this season. Looks like they went Team Warrior helmets. All white, just a nice little subtle Texas A&M state logo on it. Back to the X. Aggies operating from right to left. TCU left to right. Looks to win it forward. Goes all the way down to the offensive zone for A&M. Hepting working hard for this GB on the end line, unable to corral it. Looks like it was called out of bounds. It's going TCU ball. Lawton looks to get the clear going. Tough pass there into traffic. Great handle there. Got a flag down. TCU going uppers now. Great job by Michael Fogarty to catch that pass in traffic. He got stood up by Burkle and then was able to draw the penalty as the double team came. This would be a very good goal for TCU to get here on Man Up. I mean, you're 30 seconds into the third quarter, you're down 4 goals. Really want to take advantage of this opportunity, make sure you get a quality look and bury it. You can move back within 3 and start this quarter off with a little bit of momentum. TCU operating out of a 1-3-2, looking to wheel it over the top. Fogarty steps in from deep, looks like.
Right into Cartwright's gut.
Yeah, Cartwright just soaked that shot. I think he was maybe trying to screen the goalie, and
here comes
it
McDowell.
backfired. McDowell pushing transition, downers. They just possess the ball. A&M will test you early, though. They're going to take a look at you in early offense every single time, just hoping you make a mistake. Bowden leaning in, draws the double, bounces. Now he's out on an island just looking to kill this penalty time.
Talk about a player that's not afraid of contact.
No, he'll just lean and continue to lean and then lean some more. Successfully kills that penalty, finds Planeta subbing out of the box. Again, Gavin was dominant for A&M last season.
You know, one thing that I think goes a long way for this Texas A&M team is they have a really healthy split between righties and lefties as Planeta looks inside to Volk there on the crease. Volk again out of Magnolia High School out in Houston. And then we've got the main man turning the corner.
Hepting with the jumper. Lawton sends it wide, comes up with it. Good job there coming back for the ball in transition. Belusic. This is Miller just trying to retain this possession now. Ball's loose. It's like a loose hold on TCU going the other way. Drew Johnson, cheeky play there, trying to run into the TCU defender and get a delay on the restart. McDowell pushing transition, sends that wide of the cage.
James McDowell in a position we have seen him before.
Yes.
Pushing transition.
Kid can scoot.
He's a true two-way midfielder. Probably the smartest kid on the field, you know, at any given time. Bodden turns a corner left from X. Shot by Buell, backed up by Burkle. But, you know, back to what I was saying about McDowell, he does such a good job of communicating defensively and always being in the right spot, really putting his teammates into good spots. Burkle beats his man topside for a shot, but saved by Lawton. You know, it's really going to be a big piece, I think, of this new game. Having guys that can play both sides of the ball really makes it easy in terms of substitution.
No doubt about it. No doubt about it. And McDowell does an excellent job of understanding that by playing good defense, you can create offense the other way. And that's where he really takes advantage on the offensive side of the field. It's like both teams subbing out now. Buell does a really good job of Marion getting himself off the field after that shift. TCU swinging a guy through up top, picking on ball for the righty alley dodge. Nice little look there up top for TCU offensively. Saved by Robertson, rebound gathered up by the pole, Reed Elliott and Lake Travis. Good clear, looks like they've got an advantage. Hepting with the wind up, nice little sidestep with the face dodge to free his hands, gets one off.
This game's a lot of fun. These kids are freaking competing, man.
Yeah.
I mean, that end line ball right there between Hunnewell and Elliott. Dudes are full sprint, sticking their arms out, you know, doing anything they can to retain possession. Just shows you how much these guys want it and want to compete for their schools.
Flag down here as Hepting got blown up setting a pick. Can't do that. So free play for A&M. Buell draws the slide, finds McDowell. McDowell throws his hands and then just snaps the ball out to the near side. Great finish by McDowell. Good heads up play there to make the one more pass to Buell. And the Aggies go up 10-5.
See, and that's kind of what I'm talking about with guys like McDowell and Buell that come from, you know, the Woodlands High School and Dallas Jesuit, where those guys are coming from programs where they're having a pretty good understanding of creeping into space, finding two-on-ones, small little nuances in the game that, you know, you may not have if you come from maybe a school outside of, top 10, 15 programs in the state. And that is just what you're seeing across the board from A&M. You know, they're starting to get, I think their success last year really made them, you know, it gave them the ability to bring in these guys, you know, that are just absolutely tremendous players at the high school level and are, you know, willing to buy into this program once they get to college.
Right. Right. There's no doubt about it. These guys have great command of the game. They understand it. As you mentioned, you know, McDowell, one of the smartest players on the field, but as soon as Buell draws that slide, he moves the ball. And when you've got offensive players this great around you, it becomes a lot of fun when everyone's sharing the ball.
Extended ground ball. And that's going to be Reed Elliott finds that thing at the end of it, but then loses possession. Cartwright to Doyle. Doyle takes one, backed up by Robertson. A&M, again, looking to get out up and early. You know what? I don't know how I didn't notice this until just now, but I think we have
all-star ref crew.
All-time ref crew. I mean, you know, Tom Fitzsimmons probably sneaking around here somewhere to collect, you know, the fourth on that crew, but Tim Cagney, you know, Ivan's not wearing his cowboy hat today, but
no, I don't think that's allowed in the regular season. That's a preseason scrimmage, and summer, fall tournament type of look for him, but it is a great look nonetheless. You can find him on the Jesuit Invitational article on stickstarlax.com. We've moved all of our coverage for the Stickstar report over to stickstarlax.com. Make sure you check it out. We've got 3 websites now, stickstarlax.com, where you can find all the information regarding high school game coverage and MCLA coverage throughout the state. Stickstarlacrosse.com if you're looking to train with us or play with us, and then obviously stickstarapparel.com where you can go and rep the sport and rep your state.
Yeah, that was you know, it's go one of the season for us. Nice little job there by Kyle, getting a little bit out, you know, about what we're about and what we're trying to do. Another group that I would love to, you know, just give a shout out to and really thank for giving us this opportunity is the Lone Star Alliance. Jason Zancher, you know, really helped us out in terms of finding a way to showcase these student athletes as they compete for their schools, you know, at the collegiate level. Been doing this for 3 years now. Been doing the postseason for
entering our 3rd
4 years,
season,
I believe.
Yeah.
3rd season of regular season, but 4 years of postseason. We'll be back again this year at SMU later in the spring. But, you know, as a former player and coach of the LSA and MCLA myself, Kyle, I know you are also with me in that regard. Just really awesome to see coverage of this because, you know, there are so many players within the state of Texas and, you know, California and all these other, you know, surrounding areas that may not go to play NCAA D1 or D2 or D3 lacrosse, and they still play at a very high level. It's awesome that they get the avenue to do that through the MCLA and the LSA. Looks like A&M is going to go with a double on ball here. That is a big human being. That's David Claymeyer, actually, right there. And number 29 here is Connor Morrison.
They're able to put the ball back down here.
Just like to drew it up, huh?
Early on.
Morrison.
Great little double team just to stay left and right and squeeze. Ball goes on the ground.
Oh, my God.
Fogarty comes up with it. Looks like a hold coming, maybe?
Yeah, they're going to call a hold.
Oh,
bad.
Looks like a second one. Not sure if this is on an A&M player or TCU guy.
So it looks like the initial one, I don't want to speculate too much, but the first one looks like it's going to be a hold call, if I can get my Tony Romo on Spencer Davis. I think he has been an absolute mutant out there today for A&M. He goes up and over the head for a nice little strip. Been playing really physically, love his game out of Foothills, the senior. And then I think Claymeyer maybe, you know, it being early in the season kind of maybe forgot kind of the situation and might have said a thing or two about, you know, I don't want to speculate too much, but about the call that had been made and its validity.
Right. Regardless, we're going to play.
It's going to be 5-on-4 to start for TCU.
5-on-4. Now, I'm not sure exactly how much time is left here in the TCU penalty. I got to assume under 10 seconds because they've got their release ready in the box. In this situation, Coach, do you look to go at this 5-on-4, or do you just wait to go regular here?
Yeah,
once
100%.
You get your next guy and go 6-on-4.
No, I'm trying to test, you know, obviously you haven't installed a 5-on-4 man-up offense, but, you know, understanding a 2-on-1 or 3-on-2s and how to move people in space, you can go through some pretty generic movements to create matchups that are favorable for you in terms of a 3-on-2 or a 2-on-1. Looks like TCU will release here. Thought it was interesting. I'm a huge fan of getting that midi on at the midline for a defenseman so he can sub on a little bit quicker. Looks like we're going to go all even here, but might not be in time as that's our main man, Balasek, with his first goal of the day on the man up. I guess it was probably technically even there, but nice little one more pass, like we said, finding that 2-on-1 and goes 5-hole on Robertson.
Yeah, they're even. They were all released. Just wasn't back in the hole. And as I like to say, not even till you're even, right?
Right.
Want to make sure you're back in. You've got all 6 in the box before you just start to match up and don't want to leave one free. But good job there by TCU. They needed that bucket. It's 10-6 now. 8 minutes clean left on the clock here in the third quarter. Nice GB off of the face-off there. Drew Johnson, he's big. Oh, floats one to X. Again, ball movement coming from A&M early in transition here. Loose scrum in front of the crease. Lawton trying to snag it, unable to do so. Artie Elliott somehow comes away with that as it leaks out to the near side alley. Now A&M will sub Johnson off. Another flag down. Not sure if this was a little extracurricular check off ball or what happened here. Sort of redodge there from Hepting. He gets under, goes diver. Ball leaks out.
That was a what they call a legal guard.
That's tough. That's tough for A&M. They're man up there. They're just looking to get everyone a touch and are unable to connect on what should be a pretty simple pass. It just leaks off the end line. Now Lawton looking to clear. Running out of time. Good job by, looks like Burkle to hustle back in and sneak up and affect the quality of that pass. We'll see. A&M will look to settle back into their man up look here. We go 1-3-2. They're going to get it to Bowden down there. He's going to carry. They'll exchange, and then you'll see Chandler get to X. They throw back and then look inside. That's how they scored on their last one. Now they're just looking to play this cat and mouse.
Turn the corner. Oh.
Good one more there by both of those guys. Thought he might go with the fake and look to get to the middle there.
And here's where, you know, brought it up earlier, the lefty-righty situation for A&M really helps out because you've got G.W. Bawden, who's a lefty, and Augie Burkle, who is, quite frankly, probably one of the most lethal lefty shooters in the entire LSA. I remember, you know, his freshman year, he scraped us for, I think, 6 goals, 5 of which were on man up in that shooting spot.
Hepting looks to bring the smoke from the shooting corner there to the far right top corner, and Lawton with an excellent offside high save there. Saw that the whole way. Made that save look easy, and that shot was coming.
Yeah, I think that's save 10 for Lawton. Ooh, and a nice takeaway from Spencer Davis. That's been a really, you know, I think the marquee matchup of the day so far has been Cartwright on Davis. Davis doing a good job of sitting down and really applying pressure out of the cross check, getting to Cartwright's hands after he got that first initial success.
Yeah, excellent quick restart from Cartwright to gain an advantage there, but they're unable to finish.
It's a freaking bomb of a pass from Jake Thomas.
Yeah.
Over there to Claymire.
Both these teams connecting on some really nice clearing passes so far in this game. It's number 8, Josh Fox coming out of the box, wiggles, slips. Here's Buell dancing, draws the slide, moves it down. They get it through X, very nicely done. Good recovery there inside by TCU. A&M's offense it's still early in the season, but they are doing a great job of moving the slide, getting it down the alley through X, and then they look inside right away, and you better be recovering inside and getting the hands. But you can tell that they're just not quite at the speed that they'd like to be at the end of the season, but they're in a pretty great spot to start. Look inside again, look to move it back down to X, and the ball leaks off the inline, so TCU clear coming. 4:09 left in the game. A&M up 10-6. Lawton now advancing the ball, clearing. A&M attackman. Looks like they got one down chasing. Looking to lock the short stick. Another bomb in the clear, unable to connect. Good job applying pressure. Cartwright comes up with it, carries, rolls back against the shorty, head up surveying. Underhand shot. No backup. Up. No, looks like they're going to give that one to TCU, so it'll stay here.
Here it comes. This one's going to be a good one. Davis versus Cartwright. See if Cartwright is got the juice for this. Probably looking a little bit tired after these last couple possessions.
Yeah,
a lot of riding.
Just move that one right there. Had to come out of a tough ground ball scrum, then dodge, and then was able to get it back. Let someone else take a look. TCU really likes to pick for this alley dodge. Good last minute check there to send the shot kind of deflected and out of bounds. Oh, great take there off the restart. That's number 23, Egan Griffin.
Scratch that. Griffin Egan.
Griffin Egan. Griffin Egan. There's a great finish. Good hard take. Gets top side. Just rips his shoulders through. Shoots that bouncer. 10-7.
Here we go.
It's a big goal for TCU. Back within 3. A&M with that costly man-up turnover, and then the turnover on the last possession as well. And it's a 3-goal game with 3 minutes and 10 seconds left.
Game of runs, you know. A&M going on a 5-goal run to end the half, and then extended it to 6 to start the second half. And, you know, since then, TCU answering back with 2 more of their own.
Good face-off win behind there for Hannah. He moves it down, and then here's Robertson coming over the midfield line. Looks to find a streaking Chandler Locklear to the middle. Ball goes on the ground. It's going to be off A&M and going TCU way.
TCU getting back to kind of what they had success with in the first quarter, which was kind of, you know, really contesting everything in between the boxes with their athletes on the ride. And then A&M's early offense kind of starting to get after them when, you know, they're not necessarily securing possessions and converting them. It makes it kind of, you know, one-way traffic. TCU more than happy to slow it down.
Another big possession here. If they can get one here, they don't have to score here, but they'd like to have a nice quality possession. They're on their own run. You want to be able to sustain that run. A&M with another turnover there in the transition game. That is an excellent job of on-ball defense there from Chandler Locklear. It's a tough call. He picked up a cross-check on that defensive stand there. So, again, another excellent opportunity for TCU. Down 3, your man up. See if they can get another bucket here and come within 2 here in the later stages of the third. Again, both teams operating out of a 1-3-2 on man up. TCU just kind of moving it around. Looking to wheel now. Drag, look inside. Nice quick stick there from Cartwright to get it on cage. Robertson up to task with a bomb to Planeta coming out of the box. Great clearing pass there.
They've been looking for that from straight out of the goal, straight. You know, you often talk about not clearing box side, but they're dumping it box side. And having success getting up and out early makes it kind of one of those traditional fast break drills where you got the guy coming in from over the top, 4-on-3.
Buell there going early in transition. Definitely had a matchup. TCU goes the other way. Turnover. And then A&M again unable to connect in transition. And that's kind of the thing with the pace when you play against a team like A&M is you've got to expect that at some point they're going to give you some opportunities by throwing the ball away in transition, playing that fast. It just kind of comes with that style of play. And then you've got to take advantage whenever you do get your possessions. They go give and go on the wing in transition here. Wisely rolls away and just possesses the ball. Belusic just calming everyone down. Evan Jones over the top. You've got Maul on the field with the shorty. That might be where I look to go at A&M here.
5 seconds left.
Certainly not a bad matchup here. This is Belusic going to work.
And that's going to be the quarter right there.
Looks to get under. They're unable to get a shot off. But good little run there by TCU to end the second part of the third quarter. A great quarter by TCU, really. 10-7, they're down 3, 15 minutes left to play. First game of the season against the reigning LSA champs. They've really kind of settled in since the first quarter.
Yeah, definitely. You know, it's kind of been a tale of quarters. You know, you look at the first quarter, you know, TCU takes that one 2-1. And then A&M went on a massive run. You know, it was a freaking track meet in that second quarter, you know, where I think we scored something like, 11 goals in the span of, that 15 minutes in which A&M came out on top 9-5 at the end of the second. And then now, TCU gets a couple back in the third. Again, only 3 goals in both the first and the third. TCU winning both of those. If they can make the fourth, just like that, obviously need to get one more there, but they're right in it. I think the biggest storyline for me so far has been the success at the face-off X today for the Aggies. They've been doing a really good job. Matt Hanna has been in there taking a lot of those face-offs, and that's been really, he's been a force in there. We thought Creedon was going to come in and kind of take the cake on that one. Creedon with Doyle helping him out every once in a while, but A&M has been really good between the lines, and I think that's secured them a lot of possessions and not let TCU be as possession dominant as they would like to be. Right.
TCU knows going into this they want to kind of take their time offensively, settle into their possessions, because A&M wants to get out and run. So to combat that, you do one of the two things, right? You either try to run with them, right, or you try and take the air out of the ball. And given the depth of talent that A&M has, I'm not sure running with them is necessarily the move. I'm super excited, speaking of teams that like to run, for this A&M SMU game tomorrow. It's over at Crum Lacrosse Field on SMU's campus. Local guys should definitely go check that out. I'll be out there taking in that action, reporting for the Stick Star Report. Make sure that you're dialed into the Stick Star Report this season for MCLA coverage, high school coverage, and Texans at the next level. We've got a couple Texans early in the NCAA season that are already ripping it up, in addition to our guys in the MCLA. But Gabe Reno being one of them at Cleveland State. Kids from Dripping Springs. He's a freshman. Been battling back from injury, and in their first action against Ohio State today had a bucket. So shout out to Gabe. I heard Colby Canese is absolutely ripping it up for Penn State. I think he had 19 saves at one point. I'm not sure what the save count's at now. And then Sammy Campier with a big piece of history yesterday in the Utah-Vermont game. Utah's first ever game as a Division I program. He gets the assist on the first goal in program history. So shout out to all the Texans at the next level.
And actually one more just came across the wire here. David Sprock out of Dallas Jesuit just put in his first career goal for Rutgers just now as I'm seeing it come across the line here. So a bunch of freshmen, and obviously Colby, a junior this year, really ripping it up. I'm sure we'll see more here as time goes by, but just those for now. Pretty freaking cool, though.
Just those for now. So stay dialed to Stick Star Report. We will make sure to be bringing you all that coverage on Twitter.
I'm pretty shocked we haven't gotten any interaction on Twitter yet for this game.
Holler at us, Stick Star Report, at Stick Star ATX, at Stick Star Hype. That's who we are. Kyle Saunders alongside Patrick Franklin. Tough turnover there in that possession from TCU to start the fourth. And now A&M finds Locklear. Locklear looking to connect with Bodden on the left pipe there in transition. Maybe a little too unselfish. Would have liked to see Chandler just walk that in and finish it. So each team trading turnovers to start their first possessions of the fourth quarter. Again, A&M up 10-7 in this interdivisional matchup of the Lone Star Alliance. TCU again settling in. They get the ball into Miller's stick. He's going to have a go from this lefty wing. He just gets underneath lefty, slide comes, is able to split that and then just stick it to the far pipe to make it a 2-goal game. 10-8, A&M up on Miller's unassisted goal. 12:46 left in the fourth quarter. Miller takes his helmet off. I think it might have gotten knocked around a little bit on that dodge when the double came. Just like that, 2-goal game. Great way to start the fourth quarter for TCU. Brings them within 2 goals. A&M needs to stop this run that they're on.
Yeah, got to secure possession here. And they might have a chance, you know, with Michael Layson. I think this might be his first face-off, first couple face-offs of the game. So see if they can take advantage, and they do.
Wins it clean forward, able to come up with it and escape traffic. Now looking to possess that ball.
It's Quinn Davis out of Klein Oak on the face-off win. A lot of, A&M really able to convert that Houston lacrosse scene onto their roster. And, if you look at where that's spread out from, those guys are having a ton of success. Oh my. Jimmy Bodden just ripped someone's stick in half on his way to the cage.
Yeah,
Kid is a moving tank.
Goes diver backhand. Maybe landed on that stick, but there is a broken shaft on this field. Restart here. Not a bad look. Maybe a bit of a force there from Josh Fox. Looks like the ball is going to stay this way for A&M. Burkle's going to restart this down here in the righty alley. Moves it up to Fox. Fox squaring up, goes righty down the alley. Finds Locklear inside. His hands are tied as soon as he tries to catch that ball. Loose push White, staying Aggie ball. Extended possession here for the Aggies.
Important to note for everyone back home, a little update on the shot clock. A push or a loose ball foul will reset the clock if it is an infraction from the defending team. So that's why the clock was reset there.
Got a ball on the ground here. A hold coming against TCU. A&M will go man up. That's a tough penalty to take at this stage in the game. Extends this possession even longer for A&M and gives them the man up opportunity to stretch this back out to a 3-goal game.
Yeah, if you look at the body language of these sidelines right now, TCU really throwing everything they have into this game. A&M, you look over at their sideline, they are as well. Just got a lot more guys to the field, and it's kind of starting to show in the body language. We'll see about this man-up possession. Last time they ended with, Bodden getting one inside from Burkle. We'll see if they can recreate that.
Again, this little look, this 3-man rotation, and then they just move it over the top, looking to sneak that back pipe. Really like this little man-up look. Looks like TCU has adjusted nicely to it after giving up that first one. To see A&M throw a different one at them. Going to work there. 1-2 mini hard checks, picks up a slash. Phillips, number 22.
Ethan Phillips.
First couple weren't bad. I'm not sure the last one was completely egregious, but when you throw that many and don't find anything and the last one lands on the hip that loud.
Yeah, and that's kind of what we're talking about, you know, as a team, you know, some things that really sway games are, you know, possession being number one, the second being able to clear the ball the first time effectively, and then lastly, you know, not taking penalties, because these are all things that can really extend possessions for offenses and can really make you pay. You know, you get tired playing a bunch of defense out there and you're having to play these extended possessions. You do tend to make mistakes, you know, stop your feet a little bit, settle for a check. Oh my, Buell inside to Locklear on a nice little wham cut. Might call it a spike cut, some of you back home, but from X, you know, I really like that look from A&M, not scared to get it inside.
No, Locklear had tried to make a through pass from X right before that, and it kind of skipped out to Buell. Buell was able to secure it, and then wisely, Chandler Locklear just sneaks right into that space as everyone's watching Buell gather up the ground ball, and they get a goal, and just like that, go up 3 goals again. That was a costly couple of penalties for TCU. They were in a good spot, took the one hold. They get a save, but the flag's on the ground and extend that possession for A&M. Face-off goes 50-50. TCU comes up with it initially, and then it goes on the ground.
Oh, man.
Back on the ground again. Got a flag down, so this one looks like it's going to be on A&M.
Yeah, Doyle just got absolutely smoked by Ryan Glassick. Kind of a tough one to take there. Looks like he's able to get up off the field. They're competing.
Oh, yeah.
They are continuing to compete out here. Now we're getting a chance to see, you know, what these teams have been doing all early spring to get these man-up, man-down units running on all cylinders.
Yeah. If I'm TCU, I really want to make sure that we get a quality look here again. It's not a dire situation where you need to score to be in this game, but you'd like to respond for the one you just gave up on EMO the other way.
Right.
Good fake, walks himself in, moves it to Maul, through. Lusick looks to connect on the backside, is unable to do so. Tough ground ball coming here on the near side. That ball is off of A&M and staying TCU way. Fogarty steps in, moves it. They look to wheel this side. One more. Oh, that's Miller on the shooting corner. A&M's a little bit late to get to that rotation, and he steps in, shoots around. Not sure Robertson ever saw it and just banged that off the pipe. Carry through Axe. Good pull there from the lefty side. It's Belusic. Unable to find net. TCU again with the restart. Got the sub coming in, and now we're even. Successful kill there by the Aggies. Fortunate to not give up a goal there on 2 excellent shooting opportunities for TCU. Fogarty sizes his man up, rolls back, set up the long dodge over the top. Maul with the hard bouncer on the run. Doesn't skip as much as he'd like for it to, and Robertson gobbles that up.
Another one. Would have been fun to just go, you know, 301, 302, 303.
That's how many career saves he's at right now?
I mean,
roughly.
Yeah, he had like 300 going in.
Wow. Fogarty testing his man. Rolls back, gets one to go low to low. And again, that's kind of the thing with extended possessions, right? EMO, oftentimes, even if you don't score while you're on the man up, you're able to successfully keep the other team's defense on, and they get worn down, and then you're able to get a shot off like that. 2-goal game, 8:25 left. TCU trailing 9-11 against the visiting A&M Aggies. Marco Robertson did an excellent job in that possession, and then on the last one again, just a good screen shot by Fogarty low to low around his man's legs. Find the back of the net. Important ground ball here. Want to have this possession if you're TCU. Scrum on the near side. It's physical. Ultimately, it's going to stay TCU ball. Again, don't want to be in a hurry here. You've had A&M's defense on the field. This is Cody Sakuda in 41.
Doing a good job of speeding them up by trying to force them into the middle while they were subbing. Kind of a veteran move, knowing that he's got a free slide to the crease coming right to that guy's face.
Right. Cody Sakuda, as good a short stick D midi as you will find in this league. Excellent feet, excellent understanding of angles. He's never really beaten. Good job swinging it over the top. This is Miller. He goes toe drag to split the double.
Wow.
What a ridiculous goal by Miller. TCU's back within one, 11-10, 7:20 left. All the time in the world.
Yeah, that's 2 goals in 1 minute for the Horned Frogs, both unassisted by 2 guys that had big games against A&M last year. Fogarty, only has 1 today, but had a hat trick the last time these 2 teams met. And I'm going to look at the numbers here, but I think Miller is at 3 or 4 on the day for TCU. He's been getting after it, that's for sure.
It was a ridiculous individual effort there by Miller. They swing it to him. He's one-on-one. There's not really just like a total advantage with a guy flying out to him. He's able to get to the middle. The slide comes, and he goes two-handed toe drag right through him. Just splits the double team and then gets to the front with a nice finish. Ground ball here, won by A&M. They're trying to clear it now backwards. Robertson, big fake there to escape some pressure. He's still under duress. Long kind of Gilman pass there. Augie Burkle just keeps that guy on his back and is able to come up with that bouncing ball there from Robertson. A&M, they've played a lot of defense here these last couple minutes. They're going to want to make sure to enjoy this possession, and they've got matchups everywhere, so they'll look to attack them. This is McDowell doing so, left to right split to the middle. Laser beam. Just sent left to the cage. McDowell's ability to slow you down and then just absolutely step right by you is really impressive. Doesn't look like he's doing much, and then all of a sudden it's explosive and by you. That's Fox from deep. Lawton thinks it's tasty. Nice little outlet.
Fox
winning the ball back. And now here's Buell stepping. Oh, bingo,
Ooh.
bango, bongo. Buell to Hepting to Burkle.
Buell just saying, crank that thing up.
Yeah, Buell's like, give me the hockey assist. Make sure you get that down over there. I would say if there was a stat that lacrosse should start keeping, I would be totally down with the hockey assist. You'd probably call it a lacrosse assist.
Right.
Or the second assist. But I would be totally down with that.
I mean, it happens all the time in lacrosse. You'd imagine that it would be more accepted.
Right. Right. Big goal there. 5:54 left in the fourth quarter. 12-10. Aggies up. Plenty of time for TCU. That transition goal, though, was a thing of beauty. Buell got his step, unselfishly moves it down. I mean, Hepting could have finished that on his own and then just goes one more across the crease for the wide open goal.
Man.
Tough ride there. Ball goes on the ground.
Matt Hanna just earning it out here today, man. kid is fighting. A&M pushing transition. That's Philip Schwartz carrying through X, turns back, gets it to Burkle, who gets it to Bodden. Sorry, that's Buell. Buell de-sticked on the play. And TCU will try to clear it again. It's been a little bit of an adventure for them in the clear this half as A&M is applying a ton of pressure. It looks like they're really ramping that up.
Crucial clear here. They need to get a clear and a good possession. Down to 5 minutes left. This is one that you really want to be methodical on.
No doubt.
Looks like they'll do so. They're looking to sub some guys. Mala back on the field along with Jones and Fogarty. Mala gonna have a go at it. Takes this lefty alley, bears down, rolls back to set up the dodge over the top. Nice little follow cut there from Mala. Had some space, just missed him. I'm gonna look to invert.
Yeah, and that's something that's got to be so tough, you know, we've certainly seen it personally at the collegiate level versus Florida State when teams have defensive midfielders that look like collegiate football middle linebackers, you know, like you've gotten Falk and Johnson and some of these big, massive dudes from A&M. They stop the possession there, you know, doing a great job. But it's, you know, those are just supposed to be the matchups, you know? So it's kind of tough when you've got a guy that's just mowing you down with a cross check, not really letting you go anywhere. That's, you know, something to be said about that.
Sure, sure. And just right there, we see the second shot clock violation of the day. Not many of them, as this pace has just been pretty frenetic. Long clearing pass isn't connected with Locklear, but again, Burkle just breaks on the ball like a DB. He is always around those long balls whenever they come in his half of the field. So he's able to win a lot of balls back that, quite honestly, should probably be turnovers.
Definitely.
This is Planeta lining up here against Mala. Planeta left to right split, leans on him, loves the contact, heads up, moves it through X. Buell unable to handle, then does. Fakes to get top side, and now we've got transition going the other way. Tough outlet pass, but again, there's James McDowell putting the scoots on to get back in the hole and apply pressure to that next pass in the clear. I think you touched on it earlier, Coach, but you know, in the clearing game, it is so crucial to be able to get it from one end of the field to the next once you've made the stop. You can really allow a team to extend a run, extend their possessions. I mean, they're getting stops and turnovers, and there's one in the ride coming back the other way. Connects to Cartwright, goes BTB, unable to finish there. Totally cool with that shot. Would like to see it fall.
No doubt. It was well placed, just a hair wide of that bottom left corner. I mean, he shot it to increase his angle. You know, he faded down the alley, so made the most sense.
Miller taking a bomb to the crease. He goes diver.
And here's our first little...
Seems to be some confusion on the play here.
It's going to be, you know, looked like Miller dove across to get his way to the rack.
Definitely made contact with the goalie.
Yeah, and then I believe the ref decided that it was a push on the defense. This is, you know, an area that I think is going to be interesting to take a look at as we go forward with these new crease dive rules. You know, always was a lot of trouble with the, was it a push? Did he launch himself aspect, and even more so now where you've got guys, you know, being allowed to launch themselves, but, you know, interesting to see a push call there. Oh, no. They're going to call him for going at the goalie. There you go. Made contact with the goalie. Pretty awesome to see it called extremely correctly. The first go of the year for these.
Right.
Not sure if it's their first go coaching and reffing NCAA, but certainly TCU's first go.
Veteran referee unit. These guys have been around a long time, so they've gone through a lot of different rule changes. whether it be on the face-off or whenever we had horns and then got rid of that. Can you imagine playing this game with horns anymore and coaching it?
Seems slow.
Super, super slow. But regardless, there's 2:15 left. A&M is up 2. They're on man up. You enjoy this one a little bit? Run the clock?
For sure. You know, you got 60 seconds left in this shot clock. I'm going to milk as much of this as I can. Obviously, still trying to find looks like this one.
Looking to bury it.
Yeah. Sticking absolute laser in the bottom corner. A nice man ball from Buell to secure the possession.
A couple different ways you can play this, right? You can continue to go at it. You can run most of your extra man opportunity down from a time standpoint and then go at it late, or you can just enjoy the 2 minutes and then see if you can get an extended possession afterwards and just choke this game out.
Right.
A&M not going that route. They are still attacking, no doubt about it. Couple possession shots here. 1:20 left in the game. Another shot there by Burkle sent wide. 6-on-6. Now TCU is kind of in a desperate spot, right? Down 2, minute 15 left in the game. They're going to need to apply pressure and just speed them up. Probably not a bad time to pull the goalie once you have an opportunity. This is Buell just looking to absolutely put the nail in the coffin. And that shot turns into a turnover. It's going the other way. Fogarty up top to Miller. Miller, nice little drop step, and then unbelievable check there by Justin Nauer.
Kind of a rusty gate, but with 2 hands. Oh my, Chandler Locklear
That'll
to
do
Bodden.
it. That'll do it, folks.
A&M out in transition. It's like he drew it up.
Transition play one way. Miller got by his man. Unbelievable desperation check there. Put the ball on the ground, and then it just goes right back the other way. You can tell it's early in the season for both of these teams, right? There's been some awareness issues, I would say. You know, Buell with that, I mean, you're 2 minutes up. He takes that shot. 2 goals up, about a minute left, takes that shot, goes turnover, clear transition the other way, and then fortunate to come away with one, and then there A&M's able to get one off a busted play in the clear. Put this thing away, 43 seconds left. Restart TCU, looking to go at it. Mala down to Cartwright, goes up.
Around the world that time.
Yeah, goes lefty around the world. He's going to score some highlight goals. There is no doubt about it. Kid is slick with his stick. Again, sometimes you get to bad spots on the field and the only thing left to do is get it on cage however you can. Big, long Gilman pass here. It's all academic at this point. A&M up 13-10, 7 seconds left. They're going to come away with this one. They'll play SMU again tomorrow. Great first effort of the year, I would say, from TCU. A&M advances to 3-0 on the season. This was our first Stick Star productions of the 2019 season. We'll be bringing you more Lone Star Alliance and MCLA coverage, including a tilt up in a little place we like to call Springfield, Missouri. We're going to go up there and cover Missouri State and St. Thomas later in the season. This was a great way to kick it off. We appreciate you guys tuning in. I'm Kyle Saunders alongside Patrick Franklin. Make sure you guys follow us on Twitter at Stickstar Report for more high school and college game coverage. Texans at the next level, at Stickstar Lax, at Stickstar ATX, at Stickstar Hype, at Stickstar Tindy, the whole Stickstar family. We've got a ton of stuff coming for you in 2019. And again, big thank you to the Lone Star Alliance. Coach?
Yeah, just a couple of, stats to finish us off. I think Augie Burkle goes away with the most points at 4 goals, 2 assists. GW Bodden with 4 goals, 1 assist. Locklear with 3 goals, 1 assist, and then, you know, you had McDowell with 1 and 2, Buell with 2 assists, Hepting with 2 assists. So obviously a lot of goals and production from the guys you thought were going to be producing for A&M. TCU, you know, really impressive. Obviously their first game, so a lot to clean up, but love to see the way they compete, especially in their first outing playing against, you know, someone that won the LSA last year and, you know, is probably favored to win it again this year. So, you know, you're in a pretty good spot. Playing an out-of-conference game doesn't really mean much in terms of your standings for playoffs. So, you know, I think this is a really good outing for the Horned Frogs. Both teams can kind of take away some great things about this going into their next games. Obviously, A&M playing against SMU, quick turnaround tomorrow morning. They'll be going at noon tomorrow up at the Cave-In. Crum, sorry. I'm getting mixed up with University of Texas, the Crum Sports Complex.
At SMU, make sure if you're local to get out to that game. We won't have it on the live stream tomorrow. We are busy, but we are going to be out there taking it in. So, again, stay dialed to all of our handles on Twitter, and thanks for tuning in.
Thanks for coming along.
Yeah, Patrick, it's been a pleasure.
Yeah, that's 1-0 right there.
1-0. We'll wrap it up. Have a great one.